the last.
One year down and we're still here, bringing news with a laugh and a little cheer. Catty, Connie, and loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Second, look at that second where there's nothing. Like, oh,
Hello, hello, hello.
hey everybody. Hey Sam, how's your day?
It has been pretty good.
Good. And Clyde, how's your day?
Relaxing.
Good. This is
Mine has not been relaxing. Yeah, I wish I could say that. And it just has been crazy. We're like yesterday and the day before I did flooring for 2 of the booths. Got that. There's too big of a gap from the flooring to the edge, so I got to get either some floor trim or something because it has to be sealed because we mop it with bleach water every day. Anyways, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Anyways,
What kind of flooring are you putting down?
well, first it was going to be the just like that hardwood, you know, the slots where they have like the padding on the bottom.
That part.
I was going to do that, but
or something like that, or laminate.
laminate, yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to do that first, but it was just too much. It was more than I could afford right now, so I just got some vinyl just to get us past inspection. You know, the rollout. It looks like the laminate.
You
But
know what I was going to tell you? That laminate, if anybody walks in with any kind of heels on, that stuff is loud.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And it dents real easy.
Yeah.
I heard. I don't know. We didn't never have it. I had a friend of mine that had it.
This was just a temporary cheap floor. It's not, you know, I don't own the property. You know, I'm leasing it.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm leasing it for a really good deal. I don't have to pay anything because, you know, the people that are in there are going to pay the rent. You know, anyways, it's stressful. It's stressful, and it's perfect for me for my transition to retire. That I have that space to finish my jobs, work on friends and family, and it's
Better than it was years
I
ago.
am stressed out.
What's that? The laminate?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I want to do in here someday. The wood tile. We ceramic tiled our whole living room and our hallway.
Oh yeah.
And did all of that, did both bedrooms. And so I would like to do the wood looking ceramic tile. The panels, the big long planks.
Yeah.
But
Is it hot? It gets hot where you guys are at, right? Like
it's hotter than a pistol
like
right now.
desert hot, right?
Yeah, well,
Humid hot.
humid hot.
Oh, really?
Tropical
Humid?
yeah,
Really?
tropical kind of hot. Yeah.
Interesting.
The worst time to come here is August and September.
July, August.
Okay.
July, August, because then it's like 113.
So you guys like what do they call that when it's hot and then the humidity hot raises what's that called?
It's like a sauna.
The heat index.
The heat index.
Heat index. Thank you, Clyde.
It's like a sauna. That's
Not
what I think of.
It's not the answer I was looking for.
So we decided to do conspiracies tonight, and I'm just going to throw this out there. A conspiracy is just a suggestion until it paves the road to reality. Don't you love that? That was pretty good, huh?
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's pretty true.
It is
You know?
true because, there's a lot of conspiracies out there. Speaking of, you had one just come up today. on your phone. You said, "Did you know?"
Oh no, that was on redacted. Yeah.
Oh, on redacted.
Mhm.
They just what was theirs?
That the president of Argentina,
Mm-hmm.
the Milei or whatever, he's releasing all the papers, or I guess it's like the JFK files that they're releasing, and all the Germans that went down there after World War II, and
Oh,
and one of them was Adolf Hitler,
yeah.
and he didn't kill himself. He's supposed to be in all these papers that he lived in Argentina for some 20 years after World War II.
I mean, that's the rumor. I mean, that, you know, wow. If he releases that, my mind is going to,
Yeah.
Have to keep an eye out for that the next couple of weeks or so.
What
to
did
see
you say? He
comes out.
passed away at 62.
They just said he passed away in the 60s. That's all I heard. So
There you go. See, and that,
Yeah.
and I think we have another one that's running around too, but I'm gonna deep dive into that on another show.
I don't know what the rule is. Like, if you're a narcissist, are you,
I gotta hear this thing.
or do you just like love yourself so much that you would never take your own life? Isn't that like the rule? Like they say, like Epstein wouldn't have taken his life ever.
Yeah.
I feel like Hitler would have been, but I mean, but if Hitler's whole world was crumbling around him,
Well, and
I think before he would have taken his own life, he would have tried to figure a way out.
yeah,
They said that it was all a cover up, that he was still alive. He faked his own death.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But didn't they also say that Hitler had syphilis?
I think he was born with syphilis.
Right. So I mean, you would have thought that would have taken him out.
Like his mom had syphilis, and then like you just, if you have syphilis when you're a baby, I mean that's back before all
Right.
the antibiotics and stuff. But does it like just like wash over you? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. But I know that.
was it your blood or?
Well, you would have think that would have got him.
I wish I knew more about that stuff.
Well, we're going to find out more. Just like the JFK files. I don't know how many you've gone through, but I am gone through tons of them.
Yeah, me too.
And it's crazy. Do I think Oswald did it now? I'm on that fence. I don't think so. But it's too late now.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm reading all the it's just the whole thing of Oswald and Jack Ruby together, you know, a couple days before that, and then Oswald's all his CIA stuff. I don't know. It's a lot. I've just I've kind of skipped the handwritten stuff.
Oh, I read
released.
a bunch of that. And the funny thing is I was reading the English going, who wrote this? It doesn't even make sense. I had to read it out loud to myself to even figure out what they were trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but I've been reading the interrogations, all the different interrogations, like, you know, the cop that was there, you know, the dude standing on the all those are like super cool. They're so cool.
It's really interesting.
They said 3.
Anything, but
What? They said what, Linda?
Wolfie asked how many shots had actually been fired, and they said 3.
I don't even remember even reading that part.
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Me either. See, you're ahead of us. Get out of here. You're not even welcome at this party.
I paid attention in history.
Well,
They're saying he couldn't have that fast, as fast as the.
Yeah. No.
right?
Yeah, they said from the timing of, there's no way he could have. What do they call that? The bolt. He couldn't have worked the bolt
Well,
as
it was
quickly.
talking about what was it that he got really hit in the back instead of in the front because the way his head went back. I don't know, but I'm still reading about it. Doing that dive in another one too. So I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I have a lot of things I can say about the other one, but just not enough yet. I'll wait for the
Well,
next.
you know that she, his wife, she left her bloody stained clothes on because she did a news conference, press, whatever.
You know?
Yeah. And she left her bloody clothes on to prove a point, to say to them, look what you did.
Yes, I remember that. Yep. Those clothes are actually in the Library of Congress or somewhere, some
They might
museum.
be the Smithsonian.
Yeah, the Smithsonian. I think they're the Smithsonian. Her dress and
Monica Lewinsky's dress.
is it?
No, Bill Clinton was
Better
wearing
not be.
it. Bill Clinton was wearing it in that picture that's above Epstein's fireplace. Well, it was kind of like that with his red shoes and his blue dress. Anyway, Linda, if you want to tell everybody what we're doing in the middle for a hat.
Okay. All right, for a hat, we have a two-part trivia question that we're going to ask. And whoever gets it right or the closest to being right will win a hat. So stay tuned for that.
And you're asking the question this time. And then, Sam, you're going to ask it the next Sunday that we do this. You're going to have a two-parter that you're going to have to come up with for a hat.
I know this. Next time I'm going to be like way more ready than this time.
You know what? This is the good shows, but we're not.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, my lights are blinking just to let you know.
Okay.
We got bad storms coming through.
Big bad storms going. That whole tornado thing's going up in that area.
Oh, no way.
And it's thundering like crazy.
That is insane.
And I can hear the wind blowing. So just if I disappear.
That's why.
That's why you'll be back.
I'm going to check that out.
You know what, Wolfie? I thought so because you're in Kentucky, aren't you? I heard that wasn't going to be good either. All right, Linda. Then
I think Wolfie's up by you guys. I don't know.
No, I think
she's in Kentucky. By Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yep.
I remembered that.
So then, you know what, Linda? We'll start with you, and then we'll go to Mike, and then
I did mine.
You already did? No, you didn't. No, you did not.
That's about all I had.
Oh yeah, you got some crazy stuff going.
Isn't that crazy?
Guys, I'm gonna sit back and listen. Go. Let Linda go.
Okay, Linda, go ahead. You start yours.
I needed some water.
And then I'll kind of do mine, and then Sam will do his because Clyde said he already did his.
Already did what?
He did his conspiracy theory just now off of redacted. Oh no!
I was not prepared.
No.
Okay.
I thought I was gonna have to cancel this morning, and then I said no, I'll probably be able to do it, but I wasn't able to.
Hello.
Oh, we lost her.
Hello. Okay. If you can get whenever you get it back or whatever. Okay. Okay. Be careful. All right. Bye. She lost power. She's in.
Yeah.
All right. So she was going to go, but I'm going to do mine, I guess. Then you can do yours.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
Look at this.
Yeah. Can you pull it up? That's all where she's at.
That is crazy. You guys be careful. Well, and I know Donna's over in there too.
Is that is that tornado weather though?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be. Yeah, Michigan, all in this area is supposed to be bad. In Kentucky, Indiana, all up in here.
Yeah.
See,
yeah, that's nuts.
pull the map down. We're way down here. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, I know you guys are way down there.
We're way down there at the bottom. Yep.
Wow, that's a big storm.
See, we're way down here.
You're down by Corpus Christi?
Yes.
That's so cool, man.
Yep, we're way down there. Almost at next, well, we're an hour and something away from Mexico.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Look how big that storm is, man.
That's humongous. And they say they're not jacking with the weather. You know, I have to question all of that. I know.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I'll talk about the weather a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I'm not really totally prepared.
That's all right.
Whoops,
We're just
I
having
didn't
fun
mean
with this anyway, right?
Oh yeah, we're just having fun. Man, I lost that tab. Hold on. All right, there we go. Yeah, and I have a little video for us to watch too.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I didn't really know this until today that they've been trying to mess with the weather for a long time. Since 1947 this is just stuff that's been verified, and that's not conspiracy, right?
Right. Well, we can do whatever. Mine's conspiracy.
What's that?
Mine is going to be
No.
but...
All these have a conspiracy attachment to it.
Right.
And then yeah, this is just what this is the programs. They've been verified, but what hasn't been verified is their purpose. Do you know what I mean? So in 1947, they started that's when the very first time they ever seeded a cloud, like actually did like I guess it'd be like a chemtrail. You remember chemtrails used to be super heavy.
They are still now down here. They're really bad.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know how jet engines work. If because a lot of people say, well, no, that's the air from the jet. And you know how you see a streak go across, the sky.
Right.
I don't think that every streak you see is that they're seeding clouds, but when you see them like perfectly crossed,
right,
like a bunch of them, then I definitely think that they're cloud seeding.
Yep.
I haven't seen that really since the 80s.
You ought to see
but
it.
I haven't been looking up in the sky that much though either.
Right. Now you're going to pay attention. Next you get.
Yeah. So anyway, that was called Project Cyrus. It was the first cloud seeding. They were trying to modify hurricanes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I can pull up a lot about that, but there's a bunch of them. And then in 1953, there was Project Skyfire, and that was they were doing research into lightning and forest fire prevention via weather modification. So they were trying to keep lightning away from our forests. They were trying to do that way back in 1953. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And here's my deal with, and there's a lot more. Here's my thing is that if they're trying to figure out the technology to steer things or to create weather, just think what they could do, like if they got really good at it, which I think they already are. I think they're already good at it.
I think they're really good at it.
Like in a true, like if America was at war, like with the rest of the world, or with, if America was at war for real, I think they would use weather in a wartime. Just think if there was troops out there, just soak them to death, or create winds and havoc so it would destroy their maybe their medical tents or whatever,
right? Or their ships.
Oh yeah, their ship. Put a hurricane or a typhoon in it, man, they're done. There's nothing they can do. But anyway, there was another one in 1961 called Project Skywater. It was more cloud seeding for rain and snow to augment water supply. That's pretty badass, though. That, you know what I mean? If they could create rain where rain is needed.
Right, but what they've been doing is they've been seeding these rain clouds, and that's where the gorilla hail's coming from. It's like, don't overdo it.
Yeah. Because when I was a kid, we would get hailstorms. I never seen hail bigger than maybe a golf ball. If it was a golf ball, that was like, what? That was crazy.
Exactly.
Now there's softball hail.
Oh, I know, and they busted out windows, and it was in the hill country in Kerrville, a little ways outside of San Antonio. That's the hill country, and it was
Yeah.
softball sides, and it was blowing windows out, bashing cars in. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Super nuts. Then in 1962, the Weather Bureau started a project called Storm Fury. It was an experimental hurricane modification by cloud seeding to reduce the intensity. So not to increase it, but to reduce it.
Mhm.
But here's the thing. It's, it's trial and error, right? It's science. They're doing testing. They don't know if it's going to reduce it or increase it.
Right? No, they have no idea.
We accidentally increased it. We'll do the opposite, next time, or I don't know. It's crazy that they think that any government could think that they could change something that God has created. You know what I mean? That God is in control of.
Well, there you go. That's man playing God.
Yeah.
And
If we can
bad
control
move,
it,
bad move.
God's letting us control it
Right.
for his design.
Bad move.
For-
Anytime
for-
man tries to control what God does, it's not good.
No, whatever God lets happen, it's God's plan. If he wants us to control it to, supply crops with water and people
Sure.
with drinking water and
Sure.
job, then he's going to let us figure that out.
Right?
Yep. In 1967, the Air Force Operation Popeye.
There you
Alice.
go. Operation. That's fun.
Remember that? Fucks give with me muscles. Heckles. Excuse my language.
Remember when he goes, well, what do you want to call her? Baby oil? Which is
Yeah.
baby oil.
Yeah. Oh, funny. And then in 1990, this is a pretty big jump. In 1990, of course, HARP. It stands for, and I think we've all heard of that, High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program.
Right.
It's an ionospheric research. It's a radio communications and surveillance, often misidentified as weather control. So this is where the conspiracy is, right?
Mhm.
Because it is a huge array. Oh, I think I have a picture.
Do I need to remove this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just doing that so we could just check on
That's cool.
Linda.
Well, and Woofy.
Oh yeah, and Wolf.
Yeah.
Did she say it's? Did Wolf say it's getting pretty hard
Yeah,
where
well,
she's
she
at?
said she's in Kentucky, and she said, yeah, they got the storm coming.
Crazy.
She said tornado alley, baby.
Here, let's watch this little thing about HARP. I have a little thing about HARP.
Okay.
I just have to find it. I mean, if you guys want it, we don't have to.
No,
But
that's fine.
it's called HARP, Weather Weapon or Research Facility. Let me just share this tab instead.
Okay.
I don't know if I shared the remember how how I always forget to share the volume.
That's fine.
Yeah,
You sitting there watching it and listening to it, and everybody's going,
I know. I'm like going, see guys? Here, I'm just gonna do a test. Let me know if you can hear this.
Okay.
Facility. There's
Yeah.
been many claims by conspiracy theory.
perfect.
It's only 6 minutes long.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Let's take a look. See.
That's a giant wipe too.
Deep in the forest of Gakona, Alaska, lays what has to be one of the world's largest antenna arrays. HARP, otherwise known as the High Frequency Auroral Research Program, has been shrouded in mystery and conspiracy theories since construction work started in the mid-90s. Given the nature of the facility, There has been many claims by conspiracy theory groups claiming that HARP was designed to control the weather, weaponized to cause disruption and destruction to unaware targets. HARP has also been blamed for causing the 7-magnitude Haitian earthquake of 2010, which was reported to have killed more than 220,000 people. However, for the record, the Haitian quake was caused by slippage of a previously unmapped fault along the border of the Caribbean and the North American tectonic plates. Other natural disasters such as the 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan, the Moore, Oklahoma tornado of 2013, and a landslide in 2006 in the Philippines have all been reported as a result of HARP use. One of the most ludicrous conspiracy theories is that HARP was designed to control people's minds, along with altering the very fabric of reality. So what sparked all these conspiracy theories regarding HARP? Maybe it was the experiment scientists were performing back in March 2004. Using a 1 megawatt generator, scientists sent radio pulses every 7.5 seconds towards the ionosphere from the HARP mega array of antennas, which covered acres of land. These radio waves travelled 30 miles up, hitting the ionosphere, which resulted in a modest neon light show visible from the ground. Natural aurora happens when electrons from a cloud of hot gas, known as plasma, rains down from space and excites the molecules in the ionosphere. However, HARP was able to create a similar experience by sending powerful radio waves from the ground. Maybe this is why conspiracy theories have their concerns and have created these bizarre and ludicrous theories. However, as documented in the Feb 2005 edition of the journal Nature, this experiment was to improve understanding of the aurora and help explain how the ionosphere adversely affects radio communications. After this experiment took place, the scientists were left with a tantalizing possibility that such radio-fueled emissions could one day form the basis of a technology which can be used for urban lighting and even celestial advertising. So the questions are, what is HARP? Why was it made? How does it work? And who owns HARP?
Yeah.
Now, originally, HARP was owned.
That's the question. Who owns HARP?
Oh, that's why I stopped it. We're on the same page. Yeah, who owns HARP? And did you hear what else they said that they were using the experimenting for?
To play with
to light up urban areas in case the power grid goes out. That they can send, whatever that array of antennas can send into the ionosphere and light up, like, so we can see.
It almost made it sound like they could send messages or like write a message in the sky if they needed to. That's
crazy.
It's like kind of heard something like that in there. That was weird.
Yeah.
But said didn't it say that they played with people's minds with that too? I thought I heard that. Anyway, go ahead.
That people think that that's what it's doing. But our minds can't really pick up radio waves. I don't think.
Those are the reptilians that are having those problems. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I wish I would have. I was gonna make a tinfoil hat for the show, and I just next time I'm gonna have a badass tinfoil hat. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna play some more.
Look, she's getting her tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
I might get mine too.
Yeah.
Force. But since 2015, it was handed over to the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Now, technically, HARP is the world's most capable, high-power, high-frequency transmitter for study of the ionosphere. The principal instrument is the Ionospheric Research Instrument, the IRI. This consists of 180 HF cross dipole antennas spread across 33 acres. The IRI is capable of radiating a massive 3.6 megawatts into the upper atmosphere and ionosphere.
It's crazy.
The transmit-capable frequencies are selectable in the range of 2.7 megahertz up to 10 megahertz. Since the antennas form a sophisticated phased array, the transmitted beam can take many shapes over a wide angle range. This also
Wow.
results in multiple beams being formed. As well as HARP using active antennas and transmitters, it's also capable of passive reception, which is used to only monitor or listen. This must be the best receiving station on the planet. HARP radio waves heat electrons in the ionosphere, anywhere from 60 to 80 kilometers altitude, but this can also extend as far as 500 kilometers altitude. Now, this creates small perturbations that are similar to the kinds of interactions that happen in nature. With HARP, scientists can control when and where these perturbations occur, so they can measure their effects. Now, with all that said, what do you think about HARP? Have you ever heard it on air transmitting? Well, if you haven't, here's a clip of what it sounds like.
There's your aliens.
See, I've heard that before.
Interesting.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's from HARP, but I've heard that.
Yeah, I heard it on the movie E.T.
Now,
Well-
here's one final thought, which
I'll
I only
wait,
discovered while doing my research for HARP. A user on the internet has created a map which apparently shows more HARP stations around the world, located in many countries. Now, here's one, which is apparently in the UK. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever heard HARP while they were transmitting. Now, I believe they performed some experiments only a couple of months ago. Until the next video, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Well, so they're saying there's another one in UK, you know, like another, that technology exists in other parts. So yeah, so the University of, you could probably take that down.
Okay.
So yeah, the University of Alaska or Juneau or whatever he said owns it. I would be interested, and maybe in the future, if I get some time, I will look into, like, because I know how to check to see what kind of grants that people are using at universities.
Mhm.
You know, it's like it's like a citizen, like, watchdog type thing. Like, you know, where's this money going? It's going to, you know, the university. What for? You know, who's, you know, allotted the money, you know, for research to be happening. So yeah,
For the real, for something real,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
For something real instead of the menstrual cycle of a white rat. Did you? That was one.
I know.
I'm like, who cares? Care.
So yeah, isophonic research, radio communications, and surveillance. That's probably really what it's doing, is a lot of surveillance.
Okay.
We don't really use radio frequencies. You know, all of our stuff is way down low now. In the, like, the 2 gigahertz and the 5, you know, like what your Wi-Fi is.
Right.
So I don't know. And I wish I knew more about, like, the electronic parts of those things. I know how the computers work, and, you know, how those function, but, like, how Wi-Fi communicates and how that all works is a little, you know, like Bluetooth. You know, I lost my Bluetooth pencil the other day, and someone suggested that I use a Bluetooth finder on my phone.
Oh, would it find your pencil?
Huh?
Would it find your pencil? I guess it would, huh?
I haven't had a chance to even take a second to even try to find it. I ended up just going to buy another one. I had to. So now I have 3 floating around somewhere. They're $100 a pop.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I have to have one for work. You know, it's I have to.
Well, you know what? Clyde came up with something. Let me throw this one out at you. And I said, you know, I don't know what to think about that. I'll have to ask some people that know about that kind of stuff. So here you go, Sam. You're getting the question. They just put fiber optics in on our neighborhood. We never had it. Okay, we've been cable, direct, whatever. So he said, well, they put the fiber cable through our water drain, through the pipes.
Oh, they use that to yeah.
Uh-huh. And he goes, what is it? Do you kind of wonder what that's doing to our water?
Kind of, yeah. Like, so they use the water pipe as like existing conduit
Well, what they did
to
is
run the,
they had their great big fiber cables in it, and they ran it through the water pipe system through the
so
city.
it could run to the houses.
Well,
I'm not sure how they did it. I know they ended up busting one of the water lines out.
They busted our water line.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But I know it's encased in something.
Yeah, and like
Which is
conduit,
fine.
whattever. But
I mean,
Yeah.
they ran that through our water line, that where the water that comes into the house. So it's like,
Wow.
what's it doing to our water that we drink?
Yeah.
Is there a coating around that thing that was safe?
I mean, for a while, I would imagine, but you know, if there's water, that water running over it creates a friction. You know, however
Right.
tiny the friction is, over time, it's going to erode. Whatever it is, I mean, that's what all of our canyons and our rivers and our, you know, that's all from water.
see?
Water is really abrasive. You know, when you really get down into the, you know, the nano structure, molecular, whatever.
Wait till it starts zipping in the water with there's no conduit left at all, and all the electrical stuff starts going. Zzz, zzz. No, I don't know. But I know
I have a viewer. I have a viewer that sends me these amazing, really. It's like the conspiracy like theorists that like they're just I don't want to say crazy because I believe a lot of it.
Mhm.
They make you think, what the heck? Yeah. Next time I'll be ready with some of those videos.
Well, I tell you what,
for entertainment.
for the babies, yeah, I could dive deep into that one, but I'm not gonna. Actually, mine's gonna be on Agenda 21 and Agenda 2020 2030.
Let me just grab something real quick. I'll pull this over here so I can see you guys still. Let me just look at my mailbox real quick.
Wow. Oh, good, Donna. I'm glad to hear that. It's all cleared up in Indiana, southern Indiana, by Ohio, maybe storms.
Oh, awesome.
Wolfie, you were a telephone technician. Were you climbing poles? Because I think, you know what? That's what I heard. That on the other side of town, that's where they put them, right?
Yeah, they ran the fiber optics on the telephone lines.
Yeah.
But on our side, we don't have any lines. Everything's underground.
Everything. Our electricity,
So,
everything is
I just thought it
underground
was.
here.
I didn't even think about it, and it's been in the ground for 2 months. You know, and it's like, I wonder what that's doing to our water, if anything.
Yeah.
But we don't drink our tap water anyway.
Well, we do with our coffee.
You do?
Well, yeah, that's
Oh,
what
I guess we do.
We make our coffee.
Oh, we
with it.
boil it. What kind of boils it? I don't know.
But it's
Man, I have so many emails that I need to read. I'm looking for an email that someone sent me of some really interesting. Please reach out. Oh wow, I never even sent that email.
Well, I kind of figured, Tingy, that all the Wi-Fi and all the stuff isn't good for us. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be looking for something while we're.
fine. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Let me. I really want to find it because it is. It is.
I mean, we were just talking about today, but we were watching this thing on the Shot in the Dark, and it's the mRNA. What is it? Right? mRNA that they're putting in children's shots, and the flu shot and everything else is causing all kinds of problems. And we're going to put that in everything now.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can take your shot and you can shoot yourself with it because I get another one. You know?
Here, I'm gonna share this tab, and we're not gonna watch this whole video, but it's called it's on ASM. It's called the Human Machine Symbiosis. It's
Mhm.
like part 1 of 2. I
Mhm.
watched like half of this the other day.
Mhm.
But it is really it's hard to understand. Like I have to watch a lot of it like twice, like rewind and go back, rewind and go
Right.
back. Like I really couldn't even tell you, but like you can even see by this, it says that these are resistors and capacitors that are like naturally in our body.
Right. Like receptors. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
then here's how they can like control us, like with all these, the data collectors and the satellites and this is someone's theory.
Mhm.
Well, not just one person, but I want to find, this, where was that? I'm trying to find the caveman picture.
Like
No, I seen like a picture of like
insurance
a man
commercial.
coming.
Was that insurance commercial?
Yeah, hold on.
Caveman insurance commercial.
Right here, like
There you go.
human augmentation technologies, like maybe
Dark
this is for
scary.
augmentation. Look, that's what them putting. I don't know, but I'll send you the link. Maybe you can make more sense out of it than I can. Biodigital convergence. I mean, this is all really like complicated stuff. But anyway, it's
It's all
if
good.
a lot of it is true, that's pretty scary. Let me just try to find.
They're practicing.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of practicing, this is not even close to what I'm going to cover, but Zelensky said on national television, what, about 4 days ago or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and he said Putin isn't going to be around much longer. Well,
He did?
his limo blew up last night. One of his limos blew up last night. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did?
One of Putin's limos blew up last night.
Really?
Yeah, it was on fire, blew up big time. And it's like, well, you know what, Zelensky, you should probably not have said that out loud.
Yeah.
Now they know exactly where it came from, who did it. Oh,
Yeah.
they're bragging about it,
Yeah. Vance is making some comments like he'll just be like on some weird little interview on Channel 4 in Dogpatch, Kentucky, and he'll just like make these comments like out of like he's like about how Zelensky's like a terrible person and Putin's like the good guy and all this.
I think they're all bad.
I think it's all their mess. It's not our mess. It's their mess. Let them.
That's the thing.
Let them figure it out.
It was like I was telling a friend of mine. I said the only one that I think that we need to defend and stay side by side with is Israel, and that's because we're supposed to. Other than that, the rest of them, go over there and fight with each other. I don't care. It's not my business. You know what I mean? I know that's awful. I shouldn't be like that.
We're a nation under God.
Believers. Yes, we are.
And that's our entire nation was built by and from the Bible, and you know what I mean. If people want to believe it or not, it's just what it was, and for that, and this is another subject I don't know a lot about. I know why there's conflict in Israel and in Palestine and the Gaza Strip. I know all the details of that, but the history of why and when and where and why the Muslims in general, not all Muslims, I'm not saying that at all.
No,
I don't
no, but they worship Muhammad,
right.
right?
And so they have a religious religiously they're all opposition, you know, they are really opposites, and there's a lot of opposition, I guess is what I'm trying to say there.
Do you want me to clear it up for you like this? I can clear it up this quick for you. You're gonna go, no
Yep.
way, this quick.
Yep.
Do you remember in the Bible that Sarah couldn't have a baby? Remember?
Yep.
Okay, and then she had Abraham sleep with the handmaiden, and
Uh-huh.
they had a baby. And then later the angel came to Sarah and said, hey, guess what? You're going to have a baby. So that child, when Hagar was told to leave, that was the handmaiden. When she was told to leave with her child, there's your Muslim religion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yep. So they're just a little bitter.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I think we're all going to heaven.
I think there's room up there for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We shouldn't get into religion too heavily right now. I mean, unless you want to, I just, we could talk about religious conspiracies. Or I don't want to talk about occults because it's too close to Scientology, and I never want to talk about Scientology ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
Yeah.
Me either.
Or I don't mind being on other Scientologists' platforms at all. No, I'll go on their platform and talk, about life and stuff. But
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're in a religion, it doesn't matter which one, but if you're in a religion that is trying to manipulate the way you live, totally in manipulation and have control, then you know what? You're in the wrong religion. That's just the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's little things in each one you can pick apart. There's good in every one of them. If you took a piece of this one and put it over here and then this one over here, that's why we have non-denominational now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's the Mormons that believe that Jesus and Satan were brothers. It's like, what?
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's nuts.
No.
Yeah,
but their family values are incredible.
The LDS.
Yeah.
Oh man, super incredible. I have friends that are LDS. They are just amazing people. They give to the community. I mean, they do so much for everything, and they know how to manage money and run businesses too. It's yeah.
Like I said, if you could take a little piece of this one and a little piece of this one and a little piece and put it all together, you'd have the perfect religion.
Yeah.
But
I just want I just want to be in a religion that makes me a better person.
You know what? There you go.
That gives me an outline or a recipe for me to be the best I can be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you know what?
I mean? Like, give me the recipe to follow because that's what I want. That's all I desire. And I just think with Christianity, I just truly felt like that the Holy Spirit, that is talked about in the Trinity, really filled me and filled my soul and took away my desires. It's amazing. Doesn't mean I don't believe that Buddha existed. He was an awesome teacher. And I even used the jewels of Buddhism, of love and meditation. There's 3 jewels. I can never remember the third one, but I take the jewels of Buddhism into my Christian walk and my faith. I don't know. I wish I could adapt the financial skills of the Jewish faith and of the Mormon faith, because they are good at managing money and creating businesses that are good for the community. Do you know what I mean? Like they're able to provide for themselves, but they're also able to give, and like their tithing is to the community, and they do it well, and
they do. And
That's
you
something
know,
I
and God rains the money down on the Jewish people. I'm sorry, I believe that. I just do. I just think they
well,
get
it's
blessed a little bit more. But
this is the way my wife and I look at it, that like it's not our money, it's God's money, and
that's
he
right.
just moves it around how if he wants us to have it, he'll give us opportunity to he'll give us that provision, right? And then if he'll put it in our hearts if we need to give away or tithe or help somebody, and then when we need it, God will move that money around to us. I mean,
Mhm.
we've seen it with us. I talk about it in when I do my testimony. It's amazing. It's almost unbelievable how it works.
Oh yeah. Ask and you will receive. Knock and the door will be open. Yeah, all of that.
And not in a prosperity way. I don't mean like believe in God and you'll drive a Porsche. I
No,
just mean
that's
you're
Joel Olson's.
you. Yeah, you'll never.
That's
But
not
I
gonna
do believe I will never go hungry. I'll never have to rob a bank or sell drugs to
no,
feed my family
no,
ever,
no.
ever.
God will provide. Yes, whether
As
it's
long as I'm faithful to Him, and I try to reveal His character in everything that I do.
Yep, I totally believe all that.
Like this. That's God's character right there, boy.
That's it. Okay, so
Yeah.
now I'm gonna start mine. Are you ready?
Okay, you can take that down if you want. It's just some skateboard.
Well, I don't even have anything. I'm not having any pictures or anything, but
Ooh, you
I'm
just missed
probably
it.
gonna be really quick.
That's all right. We can
so,
talk about it. We can chit chat. We can talk about other conspiracies.
Okay, so in 1992, Nancy Pelosi went in front of the Congress and said she wanted to have passed Agenda 21. And Agenda 21 is basically, after looking at it with a few extra additives, is the Green New Deal. Real close. They wanted control on the environment, the trees and the blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff, right? And it was supposed to be enacted and in full force by 2021. That's why it was called Agenda 21. Okay. Well, they started their thing in 1992 because they're starting from scratch, right? So they're starting from scratch, and they go from 92, and then they've got like 4 years, guys. 4 years for this to come into fruition, and Donald Trump becomes president. Screwed up everything. Screwed up everything for him. So it threw him off track. It threw off everything, put him behind, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay. So in 2000, right after Trump, they came up with Agenda 2030. And Agenda 2030, they added all of this stuff on Agenda 2030. And they wanted, again, control, right? But it's that moving towards the new world order, one world government. This is the whole thing. This is what this agenda is all about. And how do you control the people, right? How do you control the people? So Trump made things good 4 years that he was there. Biden had to destroy to get back on track again. All right. So they figured Harris would be back in office and she could finish it off and it would be 2030. Well, guess what? That didn't happen. So now they're behind again and Trump is fixing it, right?
Right.
But what I was going to tell you, just one of them is supplies. Okay. I have a thing here and I can go through every single one of them, but I'm not going to because there's 90 of them, right? So from in the year 2021, 9 factory processing plants, food and processing plants got caught on fire. 9 in 21, right? From January to December. All right. In 2022, from January 1st to June, 90 processing plants caught on fire.
What?
Yes, 90 of them. Some of them, it's 4 pages of all of chickens, it's insane. It's
Mhm.
chickens and cattle and um, fertilizer plants. And I mean, it's insane. And it goes through each and every one of them, what date and when it started. And it started on January 7th, 2022, with a poultry processing plant in Hamilton Mountain. And it goes through. Okay, so it was January 7th, January 13th, January 31st, February 3rd, February 3rd, February 3rd. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
Insane. 90 of them in 2022, and it was only 6 months. So this is what I'm saying. Put the pedal to the metal, get the stuff done, right?
Right.
So in 2023, we had like, I want to say it was like 30. But again, that was only 6 months into it. I mean, they've already destroyed everything in 2022. There wasn't much left to do in 2023, right? So again, conspiracy theory, possibly paving the road to the agenda. I think so. I think
Well,
so.
and what was the what was supposed to happen in like in 21 and now in 30?
Okay, so the thing is part of the agenda was to destroy the supplies and the food and stuff so they could have control of the people. You can control
Right.
people through food.
With their food. Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So doing
Because
that, you had to destroy
yeah.
and ship in and make us vulnerable.
Yeah.
Eggs at $7, $8, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we have to get food from other countries or
right. We had to get
Yeah.
gas to get to and from work, our oil from another country because we weren't doing that either. We weren't drilling.
yeah.
He just shut down. He basically what he did is he shut down our government, our
Yeah.
everything. And you know what else is really fascinating when you think about it? Okay, so trivia question. Who owns the most agricultural farmland in America? Do you know? Just take a guess.
I mean, it's somebody I know or something I know.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, our government,
No,
or is it a person?
it's a person.
It's not Musk. There's no way it's Musk.
No, it's Bill Gates. He
Oh,
owns
wow.
275,000 acres of farmland. And he's
Wow.
one of the only ones that has a McGold card from McDonald's.
Yeah.
He can get as much food from McDonald's as he wants because he provides the potatoes for McDonald's for their french
Yeah.
fries. So he gets the McGold card. But I'm like,
So yeah, that's because Bill Gates is all over, and he's all over in the one world government. I don't want to call it the Illuminati or the
no,
Rothschilds.
it's not even the Illuminati because it'd be 10.
Yeah.
The way you look at it is it okay, this is let me see what I want to say, and then you tell me your view on this. All right. So what it is it's 10 nations coming together to rule the world. 10 people, because all of these people have big egos. Do you think for 1 second Putin's going to step down and let Trump run the whole world? That isn't going to happen. Neither's any of the others. They have big egos and they're not going to do it. And Trump's definitely not going to do it.
No, he's anti one world government.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
He's an activist.
but I just 10 people running. What do you know about us over here and you're over there in Sweden? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What do you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're doing over there. What do you do?
Here's my deal with that is like, okay, so yeah, all those plants got burned down or just caught on fire. Did they get?
They all mysteriously caught on fire.
Okay.
It cost thousands. That's it. Some of them cost millions of dollars to have repaired. Some never opened again.
Right. So I mean, so who's let's just say Pelosi's a part of it, right? Who's instructing her? Like, is she getting like a secret phone call in the middle of the night on a burner phone? Like, hey, try to push this through so we can, or is it something that's just out in the open? Like that is, I mean, that plan is out in the open, not the bad stuff.
Right.
But that has to get organized. So there has to be like, somebody. But that could be.
That's
funny. I mean, that could be anybody. It could be like George Soros could have 20 people that their mission is to.
Oh, I'm sure he's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. George Soros could pay like a group of, like a company, to go out there and make sure, like, their only goal is to make sure that stuff gets burnt down.
Sam, George Soros owns 98% of your media.
No, 90%.
I know. I mean, it's like, yeah, they're going to talk about what he wants them to talk about, or they're not going to get paid.
But that's why YouTube is so wonderful, and why we're all going to do amazing in these coming years.
And Musk is going to buy YouTube, so that's even going to be better.
Yeah, I'm torn on Musk buying YouTube, and this is why. Right. Because we can't have YouTube like X. It can't be.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even go on X. I never was a Twitter person.
X is truly free speech. Like, it is. Yeah. We need a terms of service. We can't have a bunch of let's just say skinheads out on YouTube, saying F this.
Yeah, there's got to be some boundaries. No, I'm with
you. There's got to be some, because we don't want advertisers pulling away from YouTube, and not even our shows. I'm not even talking about our shows. I'm just talking about them just pulling. They're like, wait, I can't trust YouTube to make sure my ad doesn't get affiliated with these Nazis, over in Idaho or down in wherever they are.
Right.
So they will pull away if like, you really need to go look at X right now. Just go to your home feed, and it doesn't have to be like the second, and then just scroll down and watch. You're gonna see people getting unalived. Like real, like real raw footage. It'll be a surveillance video in someone's kitchen, and a girl will be sitting there eating, and her husband will come from behind her and unalive her. That was caught on their Blink system, or their video. It's everything. Wow. There's no people getting robbed in other countries and getting unalived. People shooting up restaurants.
Wow.
And they show every little. We cannot have that on YouTube.
No,
obviously.
You're right. I didn't know that.
I don't think he would. Musk is a smart guy.
Yeah.
I would say one of the smartest men in the world, right? Like, he's like smarter than Kissinger, and Kissinger was considered to be the smartest guy in the world, of all time. Man, I haven't thought about Kissinger in a long time. It's so weird.
He looked like a bulldog, didn't he? Kissinger. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even said that.
But Elon's smart, and he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't destroy YouTube just so we could have free speech on YouTube. Yeah. We do have free speech on YouTube. It's just it's ethical free speech. Do you know what I mean? I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of, but
it's classy.
Yeah, classy is a good way to say it. I'm a classy guy.
It's a classy kind of place. YouTube is.
I watch YouTube because it's classy.
Keep it 13.
Yeah, exactly. YouTube has gotten rid of all the prank channels. They told remember, like, you get pranked. Some teenagers will go into a mall and prank people, and like that Doherty guy who's on Twitch or whatever channel they all went to. Let them have all that. We here on YouTube, we want to be like of service. We want to be help people that need help. That could be in recovery or whatever they need. We want to talk. We want to spread
the love, not the hate.
we want to be able to debate any subject with love and not hate,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you know the biggest healing factor, you can take any kind of drug you want to be happy. It's all artificial, but laughter makes you happy.
Oh yeah.
It does. It makes you happy almost as much as chocolate. Almost.
Yeah. Almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
But we were talking about that today, me and Clyde, that there is so much, you know what, sugar addicts, they have added, just like in cigarettes, in the nicotine, they have added so much sugar to all of our food that it's like we're sugar addicts. And we don't mean to be. We just did it blindly. Led us right into it, you know?
I used to never eat sugar. I used to hardly ever eat sugar, and it's a problem right now with me. I'm trying to cut down. I eat way too much sugar. If any of you could see how much sugar I eat, I've cut down in the past few days. But mindfully, I'm trying to not eat. But it was literally Pepsis and donuts every day. My wife won't even let me have that anymore because it was every day. Or she'll clown me when, I have customers when they come get their tattoo, they know that that's what I want, and they'll just bring me that. Multiple customers, a bag of chocolate donuts and a Pepsi, and that's what started all. When I started doing that like every day, then it turned into zingers, over here, and cookies over there, the peanut butter. Like I can show you empty wrappers all around. Well, I cleaned, but a week ago I could have went like this and pulled up, empty cookie bags.
You know what? We're not talking to a stranger there. I'm a sugaraholic. I swear I am. And I'll make peanut butter chocolate chip cookies, like Reese's Pieces and chocolate chips, and make these cookies. And I make them 2 times a week, or sometimes once a week. And we're talking 4 or 5 dozen, and they're gone.
Yeah.
In like 4 days.
Yeah.
But it makes me happy. Because sugar gives you more dopamine. It gives you that happy, fake happy. But
no, it's good, and it's good energy. I mean, it's not good energy. It gives you energy. It's a fuel that your body can use for energy. But in the long run, it's like I'm really starting to see the side effects of eating that much sugar for a long amount of time. And I'm not just talking about the overweight. I am overweight. My belly is getting big again. My sleep, I can't sleep through the night. Like I can't sleep 6 hours straight. I can't sleep 8 hours straight. I sleep 2 hours, get up for an hour, go back to sleep for a couple hours, get up for 45 minutes, fall asleep sitting up. I just can't. And that's all because I think of sugar and my diet and not exercising and, and being a creator, all of it. It's really effing with me, and I feel like I'm dying. And I don't mean that to be dramatic.
You know what?
But I feel like
handed you right now, if somebody handed you 5 cups of granulated sugar and said, "Here, you're going to drink this."
Right.
That is 1 Pepsi. 5 cups of granulated sugar.
Well,
but see, the thing is, it's like Clyde said, if they put it where people understood it, instead of putting, the mental thing, 2 grams of sugar. Go ahead.
1 gram equals 4 tablespoons of sugar. So
that's nuts.
When you look at 25 grams in 1 soda, multiply that times 4, and that's insane.
That's super insane, man.
That's in Gatorade. It's in Gatorade's good for you. Look how much sugar is in Gatorade. It's like
it's loaded.
It's terrible, and they try to preach it as you can work out and drink this, and kids are drinking that like they're not working out, and all it does is make them fat.
Yeah. Like high fructose corn syrup.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Liver. It makes your liver fatty, so it doesn't function well.
Mhm.
And I make hard candy with that once a week too.
Do you really?
I
Yeah, it's
do. Oh
terrible.
yeah, I love it. I make cinnamon candy that's better than the
Oh,
fire stick.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
got a handful of them right here.
Oh yeah. And I tell you what, and I make it, and I pick a big cookie sheet of it and hit it with the hammer, and yeah, and I make it hot too.
Oh yeah, I love cinnamon candy. Cinnamon candy is my favorite. Look,
Mine too. Look, see, yep. And you know what? Let's be honest. Okay, I'll be honest. I'll find myself where I'll take like one of those cinnamon discs, and I'll have one in each cheek, and then if I could put two in each cheek, it look like a big old.
yeah,
I'm bad when it comes to sugar. Bad.
yeah, I am too. But I'll get back to it. I wasn't trying to be dramatic when I said I feel like I'm dying, but I can't walk up a flight of stairs. I mean, I can without feeling a little winded. I don't mean like that, but like I get up the stairs and I'm like, geez, why am I so winded? You know, if I had to do 5 flights of stairs, like just walk up, or like how you can like jog up some stairs, like
right.
You see like 5 stairs, you just kind of just like jog up them. If I had to do that with 2 or 3 flights of stairs, I would be bent over like this. And that's terrible. That's terrible. That's not healthy. It's starting to freak me out. And I'm glad we're talking about it right now, because I really need to say these things out loud. And I don't mean to hijack your platform to do that.
No, put it in the air so you can hear it. Yep.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah. It's I look at Hazley and I want to live forever, for her, I want to live for her forever,
Sure.
or the longest I can live for her. And Mariana, of course,
Sure.
she's a given, of course but like, I want to do all the things with my daughter that a father needs to be there for.
Mm-hmm.
And if I keep eating sugar like that, I don't think I'll live another 3 years. And I feel healthy. Like all my blood work was crazy good. Like I'm healthy. My liver's great. Everything's great. What did they say? They did say something that it was a little high. Like
probably your cholesterol from the sugar, right?
Oh yeah, my cholesterol was a tiny bit high, and I've always had great cholesterol. I think that's what it was. It was like 225 or something. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't 300 or 400.
Clyde works out every night after work for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Every single day. And then if he gets a chance in the morning, he's over here working on. He's working out all the time. I'm telling you, all the time. But yeah, him and my daughter just went to the gym on Saturday. And have you seen the one exercise thing that is stairs? Literally stairs that goes, and they can go so fast.
Yeah.
And he said, I never knew how hard that one is. He said, I came off and I was just pouring sweat.
Yeah, but I bet you he felt great afterwards, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
On that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I miss that feeling. I'm not going to pull up pictures, but I used to be really fit. And I miss that working out that high. It's a high. Like he said, 2 thumbs up. He must have really felt good to give it 2 thumbs up. You know what I mean?
He wants a skateboard now.
Huh?
He wants a skateboard now.
Let's do it, Clyde. I'm coming down. Coming down.
No, you have just go over there. We have a skate park over here with the thing in it and everything.
Oh yeah, I would love to come down there. And that's another thing. I want to start skating again. And there's no way. I'm not. I used to be worried about my bones, because my back hurts so bad. But now with that lumbar injection, I feel great. I feel like I could do martial arts, work out again. I don't want to do like heavy squats where that bar's on my shoulders and pushing down on my spine anymore. But I want to do that cardio, almost like CrossFit, like a lightweight CrossFit routine, and just feel better again. I think it helps your mental health too, big time.
Yeah. As you get older, you got to change what you do.
Yeah.
We did when we were younger.
Yeah. Have you seen Alex Jones, Clyde, lately?
I'm sorry?
Have you seen Alex Jones lately?
No.
He's like a big fat guy, right? Big heavy set guy. You should see him now. He looks so good. And you know what? He probably just extended his life another 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, RFK just said that he's sending Chris Christie to the fat farm. Did you hear him say that?
Oh,
He said, I'm going to send Chris Christie to the fat farm.
Oh, I did hear that. Yeah.
I mean,
But I just miss that feeling.
You start getting back to the conspiracy thing. What they've done to our food is just insane.
Oh, man.
How they've taken the dietary plan for everybody in this country, shoved it down our throats, feed it to our kids in the school, make all these kids have to be dependent on the school lunches for their nutrition, and it's all crap. You put an apple on their tray, they don't eat it.
No, they throw it away.
They
always throw it away. Yeah.
They go after the French fries and the hot dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they don't eat the good stuff on there, and they shouldn't even have that. They say they shouldn't have a choice, but they need to have meals that are good for them if they're going to do that. And the way to do it is, just pack your own lunch.
Okay,
know what you're eating.
In high school, we did not stand in line for food. They had that snack bar in high school, and you can forget that milk and all that stuff. You could go get a hamburger or a hot dog and whatever. If they didn't have that anymore, I know, but they need to close that part down and either bring your own lunch or eat what the cafeteria is going to feed you.
But this was never really that good. I brought my lunch all through high school,
Oh man,
all through
I mean, not to get gross, but my daughter, she eats those school lunches. We pack her lunch every once in a while, and her feces sometimes are like a crazy yellow green for it's just like weird colors, and I'm always like, what did you eat? What are you eating at school? And then, but when she's home for a week, say for spring break or whatever, everything goes back to normal.
The diet.
Not to talk about food, but I mean, it's something is amiss, or she's getting, or it's like high vitamins or something, because vitamins will turn, your urine orange, or.
Well, I don't trust the school that much.
Huh?
I don't trust the school lunches that much.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to feed all these kids on a certain budget. What do you think they're putting in there?
I mean,
I don't know.
You start the healthier back in the day. How many fat people, overweight? I shouldn't say fat. Overweight people, obese. The kids these days can't even get into the military. So many of them are so overweight. I'm sure there's some that would like to go in because they have no direction, but they're too overweight to even get in.
Yeah.
They get told drop 40 pounds and come back in 2 months, and if they can lose 40 pounds in 2 months, but more like 6 months to do something like that healthy,
right?
And then come back and see us, and they don't make it through that. I mean, most people think they're going to go and do a bunch of sit-ups and they're going to lose fat, and that don't work that way. And they've got to. It's got to start at a young age. Teaching kids.
90% of losing weight is diet. I mean,
it is an exercise. Getting up. Well, okay. So think back when we were younger. Yeah, there might have been 1 or 2 heavy kids in our classes, but there wasn't a whole lot of them. And that was because we had 2 recesses, right? You had a morning recess and an afternoon recess, and you had a lunch recess, right?
I remember.
So you got to play and get your yayas off all that whole time on the, and then PE was PE. They made you do sit-ups and they made you run the
Oh,
track.
yeah.
They made you do all that stuff.
Yep.
Now PE is we're going to learn the rules to soccer. Sit in your chair and we're going to learn the rules to soccer. Well,
Yeah.
that's not being healthy. They took the recesses away. So these kids are sitting in their chair and they're doing this because they've got so much energy and they can't get out of their chair.
So what do? Put them on
Ritalin.
Adderall, Ritalin.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
your kids on more drugs. Calm them down.
You know what? We had that child. I'm going to tell you something. We had that child. And the problem with the child that we had, when we went in there, they said we checked his IQ. He has 124 IQ, but we think it may be higher because we can't get him to sit still long enough.
Yeah.
So this child, they had us on Ritalin, Adderall. What was the other one? Concerta or whatever. All this stuff. And in the 9th grade, we went in and they said he has a 4th grade reading level. And he writes like 30. It was crazy stuff. And here he was getting ready to go into the 9th grade. And I looked over and I said, how is all this slipped through of the cracks here? How is this? Okay. So when we got in the car, he said, Mom, I am not taking that medicine anymore. I'm not. He said, I can't retain anything on that medication. I'm quiet and I'm still, but I'm not retaining anything. And I thought, well, you know that word retain. So we took him off of it. And he graduated with his class reading a 12th grade level. That's how quick and smart he was. And then a lot of these ADHD kids are that smart. That's the problem. They're not challenged.
Yeah.
They're challenged.
Yep.
So let's dummy them down.
Yeah.
You know, give them the miracle pill.
I will never let our daughter go on any of those.
No.
No way.
No.
way.
No.
No.
She
does show signs of being ADD a little bit, but she's an only child and she gets a lot of attention from us. And so when if we go bowling with other people, she gets super excited and overstimulated, I think, a little bit. And
it's just her age.
It's normal. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. That's
supposed to be that way.
Yeah. And then her parents, as a parent, I'll be like, hey, just calm down while we're here. Let's have fun. And just let's enjoy it, because she gets super excited. Like where she'll stand in front of me and she'll just jump up and down,
See, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
kids. I know that. I think it's adorable. I love it when she does that.
They've tried to change everything.
Yeah.
We were talking about the surgeries, right? That they're talking about having right now, doing the surgeries, and the little kids are like 1st and 2nd grade, and they're like, well, you really aren't a Joe, you're a Sally. Come on, they don't know what they are, and they are so confused about all that stuff. Why are you even telling them, even talking about that? Why are you even discussing any of that with them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on all that, dude.
I mean, it's like, no.
You have to watch. I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff ready for the show tomorrow. I have a bunch of crazy stuff. It's gonna be I don't know. I don't want to make the whole show about politics, but there's so much going on right now. So many.
We're in the wrong
great things. There's so much great things happening.
Well,
this really is a revolution.
That little area that I was just talking about just now is in this Agenda 2030.
Yeah.
In great big print. And I'm like, that's what you added from 2021 to 2030 is this particular part. No wonder you've been pushing it so hard the last 4 years.
Yeah. No, they're hit, man. They're hit. Did you see that Doge Fund called like 1,400 people that their job was to issue whenever you get hired at the IRS, you get a laptop and a phone. And it was like 1,400 people. That was their job. That was the only thing they had to do was when there was a new hire to give them a phone and a laptop. That's all they had to do.
That's all they had to do. What kind of job is that?
They figured out the numbers. Like if every one of them did 2 of those a month, like, you know, if everyone that was their job did just 2 a month, so that means they worked twice a month, it would have given phones and laptops to our entire government like 3 times a month.
Jeez.
So that's how like they would it was just a bunch of people getting paid to do nothing, sitting around on our dime.
Right.
On the
right. Or
dime.
having another job and also getting paid for that.
Oh yeah. That's rampant. That's rampant.
You know, it's like,
yeah. If I worked for the government, I would have definitely like tattooed while he was getting that page. Anyways, it's a revolution. I don't care if people want to believe it or not. They can unsubscribe from me. I don't care. This is a revolution, man.
it is. It is because people are waking up. People are waking up. You know, the thing is we're
going to be out of debt like this year because of Doge.
Yeah.
Like our entire debt.
Right.
It's either this year or next year. Like that trillions of dollars or whatever. Like we're Doge is saving us like $2 billion a day now.
Right.
A day.
Right.
Makes no sense.
Well, and it's just mind-boggling. Well,
they've been getting away with it for years.
Years, bro. Years, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been enslaved for years.
Yep.
You know what? I don't know if you know this, but if you look at your birth certificate and on the bottom of your birth certificate is a number, right? And it goes to what's called a straw man account. Have you heard of this? Okay, it goes to a straw man account. And every person that is born they're numbered, and this is how we borrow money from the World Bank. Right. We have this many people, and we're collateral.
We're collateral.
You know, and it's like, where's my money? How much money did you get for me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, they say you can look it up under the strawman account and put your birth certificate number in there, and it'll tell you exactly how much money they got for you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, but you're like, really? I mean, you guys.
I don't know if you've heard this, but there's some people out there. They're trying to figure out a way that we can change our whatever it is. That I don't know if it's in the Constitution, but whatever governs the term limits for presidents. They're thinking about, and I don't want to get into the conspiracy that Trump wants to be a dictator. He doesn't want to be a dictator. And I know that's exactly what they were saying about Hitler before he became a dictator. This is totally different. And as far as I know, in my feeble mind, you know,
that he wants to
you know, I can't, anyways, I don't want to get into that, but but they're talking about figuring out a way so he can get a second term, a third term. So
not of the one.
Can finish the programs, but you know what? He doesn't need a third term because we got JD Vance coming in right behind him.
Yep, and he's polishing him up and teaching him everything. Don't worry, he'll be ready to
go. When I say we, I don't mean like us Republicans or us on the right. I mean like we people.
Americans. Yes, Americans. Right.
And I'm excited for the next 8 years. I am so excited.
Me too.
Yep.
Well, they're talking about getting rid of, I don't know what your property taxes are, but ours is astronomical. Astronomical.
Yeah.
It's not Texas's taxes. But they said that they were going to get rid of property taxes, get rid of it completely. And then they would have like so much of a sales tax, a consumer tax instead. You know what? I can budget a consumer tax. But I can't budget when you say, hey, you know what? Your house is worth X amount. I'm like, yeah, right. You think? Well, then you get it. You sell it for that. I know I can't.
Yep. But hopefully we're going to be able the governments are going to be self-financed enough to where they can eliminate some of those big taxes that really hurt, the American people, that
Right.
keep us, kind of in lightweight bondage, not to be dramatic, but we really are, in a sense,
Yes.
with the way that things have been going. Look, if we're saving $2 billion a day, and that's not an exaggerated number. That's that's 5 smart guys that are on Doge saying, no, look, this is what it is. We're not making it up. They have no skin in the game. They're not. I think all of them were Democrats at one point, and they're not even claiming to be anything now. They're just saying we just want to help, the Doge team. They just want to help America get solvent again. So
one of them is a rocket scientist.
Yeah. So we can.
Intelligent.
Yeah. So we can do those programs that help the needy and the homeless. My thing is homeless. That's like
that's crazy.
That's my problem child. I want to like do as much as I can.
Sure.
If our government is solvent, and then all those things can come to fruition that the government needs to be taken care of. I have a whole list of ideologies that Trump has taken away from the left because they weren't doing anything about it. And he said, you know what? These are mine now.
Yeah, I'll just take care of it.
Yeah, these are mine. I'm not saying I'm a Republican. I'm not saying I'm a Democrat, but I'm saying I'm the president of these people, and I'm going to make this country great again. And I'm going to take a little bit from what the left is doing with social programs and make those great again. Fiscally, we're going to get us, dude. It's exciting. It's an exciting time.
I love it.
We're so fortunate now. If we could just get like the rapture and Jesus to make a second coming.
Well, we got a couple things we got to see before then, but that's not too far away either.
Hey, but when my luck, I'd be like sitting there and everyone would disappear around me and I'd have to stay.
I've been telling her I'm going to be one of his warriors, and that's why I'll be left behind.
Man, then good. Me too, brother. Yeah. Yep. Me too.
Well, I better start working out if that's the case, because I won't be able to make it to the stairs.
Yeah. No, I'm down, man. I'm down. Yep, I'm super down.
It's going to be so glorious. It's going to be awesome. It is. It's going to be awesome.
Good night, Woofy.
I know.
We're going to wind this down.
You said good night a long time ago. What time is it? 7:04. Nope, she just said good night. I'll see you tomorrow. No, I think she can't be there tomorrow. But well, I got to get food. These guys went to Sonic. They brought me some fries, but I have a chili dog out there. I got a chili dog out, foot long. Yeah.
There you go. Yum.
But this has been super fun.
It has been.
I could sit here and talk to you guys for hours. I really could.
I could too. We need to do this maybe like twice a month or something, maybe. Or
I think twice a month is about all I could do.
I think that's fine, because it's going to take me a while to get anything really drummed up that's worth listening to.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks.
And I need we need to like all have each other's number, because with the emails I see the names. Everyone has different names, and I know by Linda and Deb and Caddy, Connie, but then everyone else too. Like on the email it says, like, sometimes they'll say their real name, and I don't know. It's one with cats or what
right.
It'll just say Betty or something, and it's hard. I need a.
Hard. Then you're like, who's that?
Anyways, go get some dinner.
All right, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, mark my words. What's the date today? It is 3:30. We'll just say it's the beginning of April.
April 1st. April Fool's Day.
Give me by March, April, May. By July 4th. I weigh about 240 right now.
But how
July
tall
4th?
are you?
By July 4th, I'm going to be back down to about 215, let's say 220.
But how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
Okay. Well, I mean, 240 at 6'1" is really not that heavy.
No. Like, I mean, I'm not like super, I mean, it's black, but I'm not like super fat, but I have a belly,
Black definitely makes you look trim. Okay.
But you know what? The
Yeah, I know. That's why I wear it all the time. But no, oh, that, there you go. There, now you can see it.
That's just the sugar. That'll be gone after the sugar goes away.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, I'm old. My metabolism is
I'm
shot.
older than you are.
Huh?
I'm older than you are by 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Clyde's older
Okay.
than you by 2. Oh, you're gonna
Older
be
than me?
57? Yeah. You're gonna be
Oh,
57, right?
Yeah, yep. I'm be 57.
I'll be 61 this year.
I thought you guys were like in your like late 40s. I swear to God.
No, this one is hitting the big 6-0 this coming year.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, you look great, Clyde. You look great, brother.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool, man. I just hope I'm healthy. I will be. I will be.
It's
I've had it before. I've had it before. Like I've been crazy because I used to power lift and all the things, you know. I was in prison. That's what we did. That's all we did.
It's the mindset. Putting your
Yeah,
mind there. Once your mind is made up and it's there, it's like smoking.
Yeah.
Look how long it took you to convince yourself to start vaping.
Mm-hmm. But
I
look,
talked about it for months.
I'm vaping now a little bit, but the juice is way lesser in nicotine. So I'm just gonna like kind of cut it down. And then yeah. Okay, guys.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I love you guys.
Love
We'll
you
see you
too.
next time.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye-bye. I hate the